Most colonial Americans were farmers. Many had never farmed a day in their lives before coming to the New World. They came from European cities and had occupations such as merchant, which is a seller, tailor, teacher, soldier, carpenter, or minister. Many were forced to learn agriculture to survive. Northern crops included grains and vegetables. Crops in the middle colonies included corn and wheat. Southern crops included tobacco, rice, and indigo, a blue dye. Crops were sent to England and to other colonies. In the northern colonies, industries included fishing, whaling, and shipbuilding. In the middle colonies, industries included dairy farming and raising animals for meat. Lumber production and mining became large industries in many colonies. The wealthiest people were often public officials, farm or plantation owners, merchants, doctors, lawyers, or ministers. Middle-class men were often shoemakers or cabinet makers. Middle-class women made candles, soaps, and clothes for their families and also to sell to others. Men and some women ran shops. Poorer people had the hardest jobs. Many were laborers, sailors, or servants. Indentured servants were people who wanted to come to the New World but could not afford the ocean voyage. A southern plantation owner would pay their fare and provide food and housing for them. They agreed to plant, trim, and dry tobacco for 4 to 7 years. After that, indentured servants would be free. African slaves were forced to come to the colonies to work, and they would most likely be slaves for the rest of their lives. Slavery quickly replaced indentured servitude. Children often had to learn a trade or job at an early age. Sometimes they left home to become apprentices or helpers of master workers. The master workers provided food and shelter for the children, and in exchange, the children would assist in the labor. They learned skills that would allow them to work on their own one day. In the first yellow box, other colonial jobs included brewer, which is a beer maker, wig maker, paper maker, rope maker, glass maker, and silversmith. The second yellow box, blacksmiths were considered the most important craftspeople to a village. They made nails, tools, kettles, wires, and parts for wagons and carriages. They were dentists, too.